Let's talk about your next sales hire, the sales manager, or you can call it the sales VP. Quite honestly, I'm not all that big on titles. It really doesn't matter. They're going to perform initially when you're just bringing on new salespeople in the same function. They're going to manage them. So I suggest when you're just starting out, not bringing on a sales manager until you've got maybe 4 or 5 salespeople fully productive in selling. Until that time, you can't take yourself out of the sales picture just yet. You still need to be involved, updating your sales playbook, making sure your best practices are working, everyone's calling on the right clients, etc. Then it is time to bring in your manager, whether you call them a VP or a sales manager, it really doesn't matter. And I've got a checklist in the resource center below for you that I call the sales manager's checklist. The sales manager's checklist has 12 items that will keep your team on track and keep them motivated, keep the team in harmony. And they include things like how to have a sales meeting, how to handle their one-on-ones, which I'm going to talk about in another step because that's a whole specialty in itself, doing pipeline reviews, all the things that a sales manager needs to do to keep their team on track. You'll see from the previous steps on hiring that there's questions that I give you in the resources that are specific for hiring the sales manager because it's a different skill. But you may even want to have your sales manager do a little frontline selling for a while along with the team. But the key to having a good sales manager, which is really their sales leader, is to lead by example. They need to be there listening to calls, being on calls with their salespeople, doing daily training, giving them feedback, giving them coaching. They really need to be the salesperson coach. I believe the only time someone should be called a manager is when you hire them and when you fire them. Everything in between is a coach. And your sales manager or your sales VP needs to be a really good coach. They need to bring out the best in every one of your salespeople and maybe give them a kick in the pants when they need it to make sure that they stay on track. Everything being equal, they need to be the leader of the team. And your team needs to have respect for that person because they're in the trenches with them. They encourage them, they motivate them, they hold them accountable. It's a real key position as you start building out your team. So I hope you'll take it seriously, use the questions I provide below, incorporate the sales manager's checklist into their daily job duties, and make it part of their job description. And I think if you have that approach from the beginning, you'll have really good results. Let's keep going.